Hi everyone, I'm in baby Rupert's room at the moment and Rupert and Charlie, my husband, have just gone off swimming. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to show you our autumn bookshelves and what books we've been loving. So the lighting isn't great, just to warn you, it's raining so bad here today. But I just wanted to show you the setup I've got for Ru's books. Okay, so these are Rupert's main bookshelves. I have them above the radiator because his room is fairly small, so I have to make the most of the space. So as it's October, all our books at the moment are really seasonal. So I'm just going to walk you through some of them. Okay, so I'm going to show you now some of these books more in depth. As you can see, I've taken them all off the shelves. And now I'm going to show you what they look like inside and just point out some of the ways I like to read them or why they're so fantastic. First up is Autumn by Gerda Muller. So these books come in, you can either buy them in a set or separately, and we already have summer, looking forward to getting winter in a couple of months' time. And what's so lovely about these books is that they have no writing in them. So they're really good for storytelling. So lots of pretty pictures. And yeah, this is such a favourite of Ru's. He loves to look at the pictures. It's a board book, so it's great for young kids as well. Yeah, we love that. It's definitely, I think that's kind of like the pivotal piece for a seasonal bookshelf for a young child. Another book that I really love is Autumn by Shelley Hughes. This is a book of illustrations and some poems. So things about bonfire night and fireworks, pumpkins, the market. It's very seasonal, it's so gorgeous to read. And the poems are interesting actually because he really loves the poems. Rupert's 20 months old and he's still not talking, but he loves hearing the words and how they all tie together because he's at that babbling stage. So yes, I really recommend this. These are hard to get. I believe she has a book now which has all of them in one, but if you want them separate like this, you have to go onto eBay. Owl Babies by Martin Waddell is a library book. And we love our library. There's not a massive selection, but you can order in books, which is really good. This is a real classic about babies left in their nest, looking for their mummy, and eventually mummy comes back, of course. And it's very seasonal, I think. It's got lovely dark skies, insanely beautiful illustrations, and yes, just lots to look at and a nice little story to tie it all together. This is both of these ones actually would do children up to quite an older age, I think. I remember reading Shelley Hughes when I was still quite old and I loved her books when I was little. So these are a good investment buy. But I also think that while this book, the Gerda Muller, is particularly good for younger children, I do think Rupert will enjoy this when he's older too, because it gives the activities and things like that to do in the season. I'm 29 and I really enjoy these, so I think they're pretty timeless. Okay, so this one is The Very Helpful Hedgehog, and this is by Rosie Wesley. It's another lovely paper book, all about a hedgehog who gets an apple stuck on his back and he meets a donkey and they become friends and learn to help each other. It's very cute, suit lots of different age groups. Rupert's too young for the story really, but I still love reading to him. I think it's very important from a young age to do that, and the pictures are great in it as well. This book, I'm sure you have all seen the series, the Usborne Touchy-Feely That's Not My, and then this is the Owl book. I got this from the library. I thought it would tie in really well with the Owl Baby book, and yeah, Rupert really likes it. It's just, I actually find these ones are quite nice just to leave on the floor and let them discover them at their own pace. They're hardback, they're not hardback, they're board books, so they're very durable, so they're quite good just to leave on the floor and yeah, have it as a kind of like self-play kind of book. Another nice little board book that I have on our autumnal shelves at the moment is Fox's Socks. And this is by Julia Donaldson and Axel Schaffler. Hopefully I've said that right. And it's a little lift the flap book about finding socks. So really cute. It's not particularly autumnal, but I just feel like with the woodland animals in it, it just reminded me of the sort of autumn feel factor. So that's on our shelves. Rupert loves lifting flaps, and that one's a little bit more intricate, so it's perfect for his age right now. Probably my favourite seasonal book is this one here, and this is Autumn's Story, a Brambley Hedge book by Jill Barklam. And this is the most beautifulest illustrated thing in the world. Like, it's so lovely. There's little mice foraging for berries. Like, look at this. It's so beautiful. I can look at this all day. And funnily enough, I thought Rupert wouldn't enjoy it because, as you can see, the story is quite long. And you'll also see that on the very front cover I've got my name. I don't know, I'll see if I can focus that for you. It says Rebecca, aged 8. So that's when this was my favourite book, when I was an 8-year-old kid. But funnily enough, he is loving this so much. He looks at it all the time, just likes to go through the pictures and just stare at them. So definitely recommend this. I think this would be a good purchase because if I enjoyed this at 8 years old, that means he's got a lot of time ahead with this book, and it's just beautifully illustrated. I'd be quite keen on actually framing some of the pictures in this because they are so cute. Okay, coming to the end now. This one is Room on the Broom. Again, this is by Julia Donaldson and Axel Schaffler. This one again is a book that would do older children as well, but I just thought it was very appropriate because we're coming into Halloween time, and it's quite fun with the cats and the witch and all the fantasy animals. Not Montessori friendly, but I think this is quite nice. I like books like this, and yes, we've been reading it. He's quite impatient with the story, but he does like the illustrations, so that's all good. This book on our shelves was actually gifted to us really recently by Rupert's godfather. It's called I Want My Hat Back by John Classen, and this is a really sweet book. The illustrations are gorgeous. The story is absolutely hilarious as well. Like, we were laughing so much when we read this together. Me and my husband, that is. I don't think Rupert quite understood, but it's so funny. And it is, I think, because it's got bears in it, it's quite autumnal. And yes, it's a lovely, lovely book. So another favourite. And then to wrap up, I've got two more. I've got The Hedgehog Feast by Edith Walden. And I've got In the Country. So The Hedgehog Feast was a book that I had as a little girl. And it's another really beautifully illustrated book, and it's a story about a hedgehog trying to go collect apples and things like that for their feast. And again, it's quite a grown-up story. Kids could read it for a long time, and Rupert loves the illustrations, and also it ties in with the hedgehogs and the sort of woodland animals, and I like to do that with my shelves. Sometimes the stories might be a little bit old for him, or obviously lots of words and things like that. But I think he likes seeing the repetition of the different animals and characters in the different books. So that's why I like that one. And then finally, this one is called In the Country by Benedict Blathwaite. And while it might look not much from the outside, this book is incredible. We live on a farm, and obviously I'm really keen on bringing up Rupert with the vocabulary to describe his surroundings, and this is just amazing because it has beautiful detailed pictures of the farm, and then it has all the different sort of things you can point out, and it goes through all the seasons. So here we go: autumn evening, and then obviously there's winter as well, and spring, summer, and lots more. It's a really, really good book. And because there's so many activities, they can find all the different items and then look at the pictures, and you can say, can you see the sheep? Can you see the goats? And things like that. And yeah, I think this would do kids for quite a long time. Rupert's at that age now that he loves pointing out things. So if I say, where's the cat? Or where's the Goat, or was the cow, he likes to point it out, and this book is really good for that. Okay, so that's it. That's our favourite autumnal books. I hope you enjoyed having a peek at our bookshelf, and let me know if you enjoyed this video, and I will be filming more. My new schedule is going to be 2 videos a week, and I've got some really exciting news to announce very, very soon. I wonder if you can guess. It is related in the area of motherhood, so that will be an exciting one to share with you soon. And yes, I hope you have a lovely day, and let me know your favourite autumnal books for your kids in the comments below.